Hey y'all. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be back on until probably Saturday or Sunday. I didn't know which day. Not wearing my teeth today because I've been wearing them all week, and I wanted to go without them. So today's Sunday, and see, I just got home last night, probably about 8 o'clock, and yeah, I had fun at work. Um, they're supposed to let me know sometime this evening whether I'm gonna be going back or not. This week I wasn't going for anything but to see how the job goes and stuff. I did a little bit, but lifted up 3 nails on this hand and 2 on this hand, and yeah, nobody's open to fix my nails right now, so I'm having to deal with it like this, glued on, and Band-Aids hold them. So hopefully, all this will be over with sometime soon. I really hope, for everyone, because some serious stuff, and I've just been hearing a lot about it lately, and it's crazy. So, but yeah, I found a new toy. I want to try out eventually. They moved us from the apartment that they were in to a different apartment, so, and this was left in the apartment, and I tried it, turned it on and everything. It works. Pretty cool. So, I've been wanting a metal detector for a long time, especially now with me not knowing where a lot of stuff is out here in the yard, and I want to keep track of, like, different stuff. So, and like, I tried it right here on the floor in the bedroom, and it lit up for everything, and including coins. So, yeah, got a little burnt on this arm because this one hasn't really been that much in the sun like the other one has, and it's got where I was wearing my gloves, but or at least on this hand I was wearing a glove. I wasn't wearing one on the other hand most of the time. First 2 days we worked at night. Let's see, Monday we left here at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got there about, I want to say 30 minutes or whatever before time to work. So, we were able to, relax for a minute or whatever after driving so far. And then we went to work, and I got a couple little clips. I didn't do very long filming, but a couple little clips. My husband using the jackhammer, and then down in the trench, clearing out concrete pieces. A couple pictures. We took some pictures. And it was in downtown Jacksonville. So, like, right there where we were at, there's this really cute park right across from City Hall. And it's got this great big face with a, I don't know, it's kind of weird. No. Anyway, we, took a couple pictures inside it, and it's a big face with an open mouth and it's sideways, It's pretty neat looking. Everybody was stopping, taking pictures. Some guy parked his car in front of it, and they were taking pictures, him and this girl, and it was pretty interesting. And then, so yesterday we took pictures in it. I sent one to my mom, and so we had, it was alright. And I think it was the second day we were there, the second night. We got off a little early. We got off at like, I think 11 o'clock when we got back to the apartment. and we had to work the next day at like 9 o'clock. And I got a breakout right there and one right there. And my nose too. My nose hurts. So I guess I'm getting like a breakout like right in here. Right, yeah, right there. And like one right around in here somewhere. But and it itches. I hate whenever I get breakouts on my nose because it itches like crazy. But you know, that's what you get for sweating and getting covered in dust particles and dirt and all that kind of stuff. So but yeah, you know, the job is, I like the job. We had fun, you know, piddle farting around, goofing off, and while working, and I got to spend some quality time with him as well. So yeah, it was nice. I liked it. And the boss is from Oklahoma as well. So he's a typical Oklahoma man. Or at least like what I grew up with anyway. You know. But he's a city boy, you can tell it though. He's not a hillbilly like the rest of us that I know. No. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a nice apartment to start with that we were in, but you know, they moved us to a cheaper rent apartment, which is quite a bit smaller, but it was nice too. I mean, it was really clean. It had a funky smell to it though, and I guess it's just because it hadn't had nobody in it for a minute, so it was like the musky smell, closed up musky smell. But the carpets were excellently clean, pristine clean, little bitty kitchen, you know, good sized bathroom. I think the first apartment had 3 bedrooms, and that one's only got 2. And the living room is smaller, but this one has, no, they both had a dining area, but in this one, the dining area is a little bit different. So, you know, and it's set up in a better way, I guess. But, a couple of the, they're not bosses, but they're, I guess, shift managers, that we work with are from Texas. They're brothers. They're really nice. You know, I like them. They got to know me a little bit, and they said that they're gonna put in a word for me with the Oklahoma boss, because he didn't really spend much time around. He got to know me for a minute. You know, he only actually really talked to me for like 3 minutes all together for the week. But yeah, those other 2 bosses, you know, they're gonna make sure that he gets me on with them, because you know, they've seen that I want to work. They've seen that I want to be there, that I'm really willing to do all this. And it's not an easy job, but honestly, I thought it was going to be harder than what it really was. So, and I love watching all the machine work being done. It's pretty cool. And you know, it's a heavy job, but it's not that heavy. I've done heavier. I've done harder jobs. So, this ain't nothing. This is, you know, pretty easy compared to what I've done before. And it's considered underground construction, is what it is. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places that are not, you know, working right now. Poor waitresses and stuff like that not being able to work. Thankfully, my mom, she works in a restaurant, but she works at Sonic, so, they gave them 1 or 2 days off for each shift, or each team, I guess, that for the quarantine days. So Mom had her quarantine days, and she went back to work this morning, but they're carry out, so yeah. In Jacksonville, honestly, I thought it was going to be worse than what it was, but I guess with all the quarantine and everything going on, and a lot of people being freaked out and scared, there wasn't many people around that I could see. And, everybody has been good about practicing their social distancing, so, especially up there. There's like 800 and something thousand people up there, almost 900,000 people in Jacksonville. And, you would think that everything would be crowded, but right now, with everything going on, ain't nothing, ain't nobody nowhere hardly. Downtown was dead, except for the police and stuff. We got a lot of homeless people down there, too. They seem happy, telling you. They got people around there that are really nice, they do a lot for the homeless people there too, so I guess that's why the homeless are happy. While I was there, just at the times that I was working, they had people coming around that set up a little stand on a corner and give out clothes and blankets and all that kind of stuff to the homeless people, and food, and they would bring enough supplies for each person to have a week's worth of food, and also a coffee, and they also gave them, I think it was 2 McDonald's sandwiches a piece and stuff, so they were good, and other people that was coming around making sure that everybody was safe and stuff like that. While I was there, I was like, wow. I was like, this is really nice. These people around here are doing what they can to help the homeless people, without, adding on to any, like, I guess, addictions or whatever that they have. They don't give them money, obviously, but, they give them food, and they give them, clothing and blankets and stuff like that, so. And each of them get so many bottles of water, and, it was nice. I was glad that there were people around like that. I've been homeless twice, and in Oklahoma, where I was anyway. They didn't have people like that. So I do what I can whenever I see homeless people. Like, for example, I've seen homeless people asking for food, and that's all they're asking for. They're not even asking for money or nothing right around here in the Tampa area. Asking for food and or water or something like that. Just something so they can get by for the day or whatever. And usually I would stop and buy me a couple of donuts or something to last me for a couple days. And I would wind up giving them out instead of eating them. And I gave 2 donuts to this guy, huge donuts. These were not small donuts, these were huge donuts. I would eat like a half one at a time. And this guy was asking for food at a stoplight whenever I was going to get my nails done. And I picked up the bag and I held it out the window, and he come flying over to my car. And then as soon as he took it, he thanked me for it profusely. And he walked around the corner and sat down with his girlfriend, and they started eating the donuts. And she asked him, she said, well, where'd, I could see it. She's like, where'd you get this from? And he pointed at me, and they both, waved at me and thanked me, you know. And I just, thumbs them up and went on. And then and my favorite fruit, y'all, is grapefruit. Honestly, it's grapefruit. And I had about 5 of them that I was going to take home one day. And instead of me taking them home and eating them, I gave one to a few people, and they're like, oh, well, I don't like grapefruit, but hey, this'll tide me over for the day, and they thanked me profusely. And they immediately peeled it open and started eating it. So they were hungry. And there was another time that there was a lady that had a couple of kids that was having a little bit of a hard time. And I was walking over to get in my car, and I had a bag of chips and something else. So I just went to the store right before I got to that area and had to go in and make a payment on something. I think it was my phone payment. And they were sitting there. And so I had a loaf of bread, I had a bag of chips, and I had a thing of lunch meat that I went ahead and put in a bag and walked over and gave to her. And the kids were so excited. I even had a couple of sodas I gave to them. So actually, I think I gave them a 12-pack of soda. Yeah, I did. And that moment right there, she was crying and thanking me, and the kids even gave me hugs and thanked me. And I told her where she could try to get a job out, at least on the weekends, to help do something for the kids. And she took me up on it. I seen her. And I even, told her, I said, as long as you come by there and look and look around for a job and see if you can get some kind of, little bit of something, so they probably won't pay much, but at least you'll have something where you can buy the kids food and stuff. And she come by and she seen me and she ran up to me and she told me that she found someone that was willing to, pay her $20 a day for 5 days. So I was like, good, I'm glad to hear that. And she said she finally was able to get into a shelter for her and the kids. And they had a nursery or daycare type thing to where, because the kids were not old enough to be in school yet. So they had a nursery daycare thing where the kids went. And she come back the next day and brought them with her and come up to my stand. And, they were talking to me. And I gave them a bag of fruits, different fruits and different vegetables. And, they came back every week. She would bring them with her once a week on a Saturday. And I'd give her a bunch of fruit and stuff for the kids. I charged her. I couldn't give it to her for free, honestly. But I only charged her like $1 a bag. And she only had 2 bags, so it was like $2. But I filled her bags. I wasn't gonna let no kids go without food. What's wrong with people these days? But at least she was able to do something. They were able to get somewhere where that she could, be able to bathe the kids and bathe herself and be presentable. And she come back, I think, about a month later and told me that she was able to find a job at a restaurant. And that they was able to get out of the shelter and actually, rent a small apartment. Or, no, it wasn't an apartment. It was a trailer. She said, it's more than what I expected. But she said, now that I'm actually able to do that, I'm doing it. And she wasn't alone. She had, you know, somebody else that worked with her that helped her. Like they rented a room in the trailer with her, and helped her pay bills and pay rent and everything. So that was a good deal. And she got some extra assistance for the kids and stuff, you know, food stamps and all that too. So yeah. Anyway, this video is going on longer than what I was planning. But, you know, that's what happens. But, like and subscribe if you're not already. And those of you who are, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And, I'll keep you updated. If I don't put up another video after this evening, I'll let y'all know. Well, y'all will know if I don't put one up after this evening that I went back to work. And if I don't, then I'll put one up tomorrow letting y'all know what's going on. But anyway, we'll see y'all later, and y'all have a good one. Bye.